Siri.
Hello, Marcia.
Well, we've been chatting it up, but I'm so happy that we could reschedule this. We had to, cancel for December 6th because of the weather.
Yeah.
And I would apologize for that, but you live in Minnesota, so you
it's what
totally get
happens.
it.
That's how it goes.
And we're here to talk about still life. And you say that it's about a house, and the songs represent the different rooms. And I'd love for you to tell me what you mean by that.
For sure. Well, there's like the literal way to look at it and then the kind of metaphorical way to look at it. But I was living in a house with a handful of other artists and young adult creative folks during the pandemic. Yeah, it was fun. And then there were also really challenging parts about it as well. But
Family.
yeah. It's hard.
Challenges.
Yeah, when you're all in such close proximity, the things come up for sure. But one of my roommates, Adeline Stry, she's an amazing producer, multi-instrumentalist. So I was writing songs during lockdown, and her bedroom was right next to mine. And so I would walk over, and
Convenient.
yeah, it was the most convenient and inconvenient at the same time, because we would, work hard in her bedroom and imagine these songs and work on them. But then we were the limitations were so real. Like, we couldn't go places. We had to really be creative with the resources we used because we were just in this house. And yeah, all these songs were written, or most of them were written during 2020 and during the uprising in South Minneapolis where we lived. So we were it was so internal, this lockdown moment that I think was very global for people, but then also the very specific scenario that we were in this neighborhood, stuck in this house, but also very connected to our neighbors and to these global events that were taking place just a few blocks away. And we were participating in it and also observing it and talking about it. And these songs kind of reside in all of that messy, traumatic, enlightening time.
Did you go out on the streets when everybody was out? And I mean, was it scary to be around?
We were out on the streets, but our house where we were living was just in the middle of everything. So we were really on our porch or on our front yard or trying to walk just even down the block. The protests were, 10 feet from our front door, and the National Guard was stationed outside our house. So we didn't have to actually really go anywhere. We were just in it.
What a different feeling. I mean, from somebody like us here, seeing stuff on the news, it's just one picture in a box.
Totally.
But to have it around you, it's got to be a really powerful experience, actually.
It was, yeah. I'll definitely be learning from that experience and the repercussions and the aftermath, for the rest of my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just, I think that happens to everyone in different ways and at different times of these events that really change everything. You're just in a particular place at a certain time, and then everything's different after that. So,
really?
Yeah.
In a minute. I mean, the snap of a finger, really.
Yeah, for sure.
So all the rooms, all the songs, I had some that the Summer Storm for Charlotte, when we were talking about how I envision things.
Yeah,
I love that song. I think it's beautiful. It's lovely.
You.
And it made me think of that, that Andrew Wyeth painting of the lady. It's called Christina's World or something, and she's laying in a field in a summer dress but it came to my mind listening to that song. It was very picturesque in my mind.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Good.
Do you want to hear the story behind that song?
Yes, I would.
It's related to what we were just talking about. It's so cool to hear your interpretation of it, and I think that's one of the coolest things about a song is it's different in everyone's mind. But Charlotte, what I was thinking about when I wrote the song, Charlotte is my 5-year-old next door neighbor. And in the week when the uprising took place and the state police were spraying so much tear gas that we couldn't sleep in our houses, we couldn't breathe very well, helicopters were overhead, just the smell of burning buildings. And this was true for me and my housemates, but this was true for everyone on the block. There were a lot of kids.
Absolutely. That must have been so scary for a kid.
Yeah. Well, and who knows how they'll remember those days. But Charlotte, who's 5, during that same week, she was in the back alley learning how to ride her bike without training wheels. And
during all
of that, yeah. So this song I wrote while kind of watching her figure out how to ride her bike. Yeah. Yeah, so
yeah.
I could play it right now.
I'd love for you to
It seems
play
like
that
a pretty
song.
natural segue. Yeah, this is Summer Storm for Charlotte.
Charlotte, you're getting the hang of it. Look at you now, you're doing it. Charlotte, you're brave enough to admit what you want from the moment. So keep going, kid. The world may not have noticed yet, but I did. Charlotte, it's been a hard month. The noises in the night, we all slept rough. Charlotte, it's beautiful, isn't it? The moon on the rooftops, the silver light drips. Sweet dreams, kid. I hope you find some peace while you're sleeping. Charlotte, you're busy growing quick flowers in the garden. The summer air sticks. Charlotte, you're bleeding at the knees, climbing up the windshield, trying to reach the storm front. It's coming this way. Don't worry about the thunder. It's how the heat breaks. We're all wishing on the rain. Maybe in the downpour, things will change.
It's great to hear the story though, because like I said, when you're listening and just kind of going with the song, closing your eyes, and
Yeah.
I saw a field and a outdoor scene, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I think that's in there too. You know, there's so many stories inside of one song. At least that's what you hope when you're writing a song.
Right.
That people will find what they need or what they see in it. So.
Do you have favorites that you wrote? Did you write all these yourself or with your friend and producer?
Addie, yeah. All these songs I wrote, there are a couple where Addie gave really great input on like, what if we went to this chord instead, or helped me write some bridge melodies and stuff. So I would kind of take first or second drafts of songs to her, and then she would help me polish them up. But yeah, so I did write these songs, and I usually am most excited about the song I just wrote. Like, it's whatever one is most recent.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm most looking forward to playing next. But there are certain songs that seem to resonate pretty well with audiences, and I always look forward to playing those for people and kind of anticipating that. Anticipating people's emotional reactions to certain songs. Because it does there are patterns that you notice when you're playing them every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about May, because that's another one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And that one references a river, and I live on a river, and I spend a lot of time reflecting and thinking
Yeah.
and sitting, and my daughter and I had many, many conversations sitting down there together, and
Oh, beautiful.
that one just,
Yeah.
that one just took me to the river and warm summer days. And,
Oh, I'm so glad.
so tell me about that one.
Yeah, that one is a little more abstract. I was thinking about just unconditional love that doesn't look how you thought it would, if that makes sense. I mean, I think that's maybe always how it works out, but I was reflecting on the people in my life that had been so important, but maybe weren't part of my everyday life anymore for various reasons. And
Happens.
yeah, it happens, but you kind of come to a place, hopefully, and I was feeling this when I wrote this song, of like wishing them just the very best, like from such a pure place of like, I want you to be happy, like wherever you are. I hope that you find your way, and was sort of using the river as a metaphor.
Well, in the
for that.
video that I saw, I mean, it was, where was that shot? By you?
That
Somewhere in
no, that wasn't me. I suck at all things camera. But my friends Eric and Sarah Elstrand, they're based out of Eau Claire, amazing filmmakers and photographers, and they actually did a music video for every song on Still Life. It's like this nature experience. They're so talented.
Yeah,
so,
it is. A lot of really pretty, The river one was really beautiful.
Yeah, it's like very familiar but kind of unnerving at the same time, the way they filmed it. I find it's like, oh, we're walking through the woods, and then it sort of has like a kaleidoscope effect to it, where you're like, what's happening? Am I on drugs? No, this is pretty, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a cool feeling.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Should I can play
I'd
May?
love that.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. There's going to be a little tuning because it's in an alternate guitar tuning. It's not quite in tune yet. When people tuned into this show, they didn't realize they'd get a tuning tutorial, but it's important.
Goes with the territory.
All right, that's close enough for now. All right, this is May.
all the little things I couldn't say. May it hold you as you are and meet you where you stand. May it wash away the hurt of what we cannot understand. Maps we drew with our own hands. stretched out across the land. You wrap your arms around me as I sleep. So many nights I couldn't breathe. May someone hold you as you are and meet you where you stand. May they wash away the hurt of what we cannot understand. And while the seasons never stay, this is yours, the month of May. What if all the things we lose come back to us someday?
Really, your voice is. You know, do you remember Eva Cassidy way before your time?
I love Eva Cassidy.
She was pitch perfect, but she had a very warm and soothing voice to it. It was crystal clear.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of that too.
Oh, thank you. That's such a high
do,
compliment. Yeah, she always sounded so relaxed when she sang.
But
like,
she was very. Did you read the book about her? She was
No.
very nervous.
really?
Yeah, very,
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't know that. I'll
Yeah,
have to.
Matt
What's?
Fleetwood loved her and
Yeah.
had her play at his club a lot. And
Yeah.
she was a real shy kind of person.
Gotcha. So interesting. Yeah, the art, the stories behind the personality of the music, I guess, is always interesting.
Well, and I could ask you about that too. I mean, stories. But I have this crazy fascination with how bands come up with their names, and I love to read the stories and hear the stories about how they pick it, because
Yeah.
it's sort of like naming your kid. You want it to be good.
It's
You
true.
want people to recognize it for who you are.
Yeah.
So how did you and your bandmate, how did Siri
Yeah.
and your bandmates become
Humbird.
Humbird?
Yeah,
how'd you pick
that's. I wish we had like a really interesting story. We don't. I was playing in a folk band called Undlin and Wolf, which Undlin is my last name and Wolf was the last name of my songwriting partner, Dexter Wolf. And we were kind of transitioning actually from what started as a folk duo into, I was just writing songs really fast. And it was sort of like, okay, is this band changing, like kind of metamorphosizing into something else, or is the band breaking up? It was kind of unclear. But we were just driving home from a show trying to find a name, and we were like so bad. Like the brainstorming, like I was like elbow, fork, like we were just desperate. I was naming things in the car, like pillow, suitcase, and then I started naming things outside the car, like cow, horse, like it was pathetic. And then we passed by a town, or I guess an unincorporated town called Humbird, Wisconsin, and I was just listing off signs at this point. Like I was like merge, like I-94, Humbird, like, and of course that I said that out loud, and all my bandmates were like, "That you should add that to the actual list of brainstorm names." Yeah, and it ended up being the one.
It's still a story. It's still an
Yeah,
interesting story.
true.
There's, like the Dead Kennedys, which is awful, or
Yeah,
the
it's
Beatles,
true.
the Rolling Stones, Pertner, Sandstone, Barbaro. Everyone has
Yeah,
a story.
it's true.
Behind the name, and I love the stories.
Oh yeah, it says, I think there's usually like something, a connective tissue to a band name. It says
Right.
a lot. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, the song, the John Prine tune. Are
Yeah.
you a John Prine fan?
I'm a huge John Prine fan. Yeah.
Well, the pandemic obviously, carved this slice of life out of everybody's lives, and whether it's social, racial, economic, everybody has been impacted. But that song is very much about what was going on around. So how did the John Prine thing come into it? I mean,
I really was just overcome with emotion on the day that he passed away. I think that was true for so many musicians and also people who really resonated with his music and his ability to tell stories. I mean, there's few people that did it as well and consistently as he did. And I don't know if you remember, but on the day he passed away, there was a big full pink moon in the sky.
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, my partner, who's also a musician, he and I were just like so sad, and we went to this park in Minneapolis and watched the pink moon rise over the trees, and I ended up writing this song later on just about that and about everything going on that day.
Yeah, with everything that was happening around you.
Yeah, I'd love to play it. Buckle in, everyone. We're going to tune back up to standard.
Am I making you go back and forth? Because
No,
you do this at your own,
I do this at my own shows, and sometimes it's like fun to write in alternate tunings for sure, because it kind of pushes your voice or your ideas to new places, and then you're performing it and you're like, why did I do this? Everyone has to sit with me now, but I think it's worth it.
All right. Yes, it is. Well, the story is about the house. I don't know if you want to, sing songs in a certain, if you have a preference on which songs come next.
Oh, no.
Okay,
no,
good.
not at all.
Cool.
It's kind of nice that you're guiding me. I don't have to make a set list for once. Okay. So this song is called Pink Moon for John Prine. I'm gonna just make sure that that's a little bit closer to the mark. Okay.
Patience is a spell to cast. Mine never seems to last longer than a Midwest sunset wrapping around this city. I'm walking through a purple dusk, trying to clear the cobwebs and the dust of my own mind. God, I must have slipped into a slow rust. The pink moon rising to the east. Today I was not as kind as I set out to be. The pink moon, the bats swing down for bugs to eat. I'm so busy doing nothing, watching days melt into weeks. My friend is on the other line. She called to talk, instead we cry. The pandemic hit and her father died. Says the greatest gift she got was time. It's so hard to breathe with a tight chest, while gratitude makes dinner taste the best. I'm making new meals out of leftover food so I can sit at the table and stare at you. The pink moon there between the trees. Now you're running like a madman to where the land and blue sky meet. That pink moon, it's splitting like a melon. It's sticky on my lips like secrets ripe for telling. Tomorrow I will try again to not break in two, but simply bend with the wind and the rain and the dance dancing stars, distant suns lighting up the dark. I suppose that's all anyone can do, and if you promise me, I'll promise you to revel in the beauty and howl like a fool, raise my cup to the big pink moon for you.
Hopeful but sad.
Definitely, yeah. Those two emotions are very much in there.
Yeah. Beautiful
Yeah.
song.
Thank you.
I see you just came off a couple nights with Peter Mulvey. He's a talented, super nice human being.
Yeah,
Did
he
you know
really
him
is.
before, or was that your
Yeah.
first time? Yeah.
I have done the Lamplighter sessions with him before. I think it was almost like 4 years ago now. But we also did a run of shows together. It was like him and me in my Jeep driving across the Dakotas,
That's
playing house shows.
Not on a bicycle, which
Not
is
on a
unusual
bike.
for him.
I
'cause,
know, it's true.
Wow, he must have thighs of steel.
We should ask him.
I will next time I see
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I
he's-
really admire him a lot. He's a great songwriter, and he really brings people together in a powerful way.
Yeah, he's a very kind, generous person. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, how do you know Peter Mulvey?
Well, we've seen him many times
Yeah.
play. Actually, we were in Santa Fe on a vacation one time, and I said, Peter Mulvey's playing in this teeny little town, and it was kind of like a
Yeah.
private gig, and so we saw him there, and we tracked him somewhere else, and
Amazing.
we had him here. We hosted him here for the Nicolay College concert series too.
Cool.
And saw him in Three Lakes. Yeah, he's fun to see every time.
He
you know,
is.
his
Yeah, he's
shows.
such an entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Really good songwriter. And
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So what would you like to do? What would you like to play next?
Oh, I'll do a song called January.
Okay.
It's a song I wrote in January 2020 when I was feeling really excited about the year to come. Had a lot of things on the calendar I was looking forward to.
Thinking about gigging outside of the living room?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I still like to sing it though. Kind of try to capture that optimism. Another year.
Stepping across the Milky Way like stones in a river. The city was frozen, so we went north. January came in the night like a woman scorned. We welcomed her in with a fire in the forest. So stay a while, warm your hands. We're all on our way to coming around again, coming around again. Flower curtains in a yellow room. Trees stand naked in a sky set loose. Eating breakfast in bed, breaking all the rules. The future came with the new year, stars in the rear view mirror. It's all come to pass, we're just standing here. So stay a while, warm your hands. We're all on our way to coming around again, coming around again, coming around again.
When did you start getting gigs, outside of, like I said, your living room and
Yeah.
the yellow room?
Yeah, like after the pandemic hit, or just
Right,
in life
yeah,
in general? Oh,
yeah.
after. Well,
When did things start, opening
Happening
up as far,
again? I still feel like they're in the process of opening up now. It feels like I have been playing around the Midwest, and everyone is sort of like cautiously dipping their toes back into playing shows. So it definitely doesn't feel like it's back full swing to me. I think the festivals of the summer were like fun and
Yes.
outdoors and stuff. But now that it's back inside, it's like, oh, how's everyone feeling?
Yeah.
Like there's
I was
just
wondering how you felt
Yeah.
safe-wise, or if you were comfortable with everything. And
Yeah, I mean, there's every scenario is different, and I think being like an indie musician, like I've had the last like 7 years to roll with it and be kind of uncomfortable all the time, and this feels different because it's so collective and shared to like not know what to expect or to have very little
Right.
control over the situation. But yeah, I'm vaccinated. I get tested regularly, and I love playing music for people. So I'm really happy to be out there doing it, and then just trust people to make their own decisions of what they're comfortable with and what feels right. And I just think music is so important, and it's such a gift to like do it and to offer it up. So it feels important to just figure out the way to make it happen for people whenever
Right.
they're ready, or meet them where they're at.
Blue Ox felt it was a very exciting and hopeful atmosphere.
That's awesome.
In 2021, because I
Yeah.
think some of the musicians I talked to were emotional about being able to be back out doing what they love to do for people.
Yeah.
And the people that were there in attendance were just as excited. It was really a great experience.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. So.
Yeah, it's a powerful thing as we all
It
like
is.
jump
Well,
back
it's a
into
healer.
it.
Music
It
is a healer.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also those outdoor festivals like Blue Ox are
Yeah.
they're always such a homecoming of sorts, and everyone gets to be together and celebrate it.
Yeah. I was talking to the Henhouse Prowlers, and I said, I'm trying to party like Dead South, but it's turning out more like Dead Old Lady. Because you want to go, you want to go see everything, and
Yeah.
you
can't do
you gotta
everything
sleep
all
once
at
in a
once.
while too.
Yeah.
Take a shower, eat. But
sure.
it was a great time. It was really awesome to see everybody so excited to be back out performing and dancing and
Yeah.
singing it. It was super.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds so joyful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to do next? What do you want to? Well, I'd love for you to tell me about your collaboration with Barbara O'Toole and the
Yeah.
Gillian Welch, tune that you covered, and
For sure.
and the nonprofit that the EP supports, Barbara's EP.
Yeah.
Under the Covers, is that what it's called?
It is. It's called
I think
Under the Covers, and I know the Barbaro folks just from living in the Twin Cities. So
I was
we've-
going to ask you how you met, but yeah.
Yeah, just sharing bills over the last few years before the pandemic, and I was just such a fan. They're amazing players, such a cool meeting of talents in that band, and then they're also really great people, happen to be like funny and kind and easy to be around, so it's easy to make friends with people like
right.
that. Yeah, they contacted me during the pandemic because they were working on a collection of covers, and were looking for the right nonprofit to partner with. So yeah, I went into the studio with them all masked up and sang in a vocal booth. And then I didn't hear anything for a while, but it just came out and it turned out so well. And yeah, I feel really lucky to be part of it.
I haven't heard it even. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
No,
okay, well, I
yeah.
should send it to you.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's physical copies of it. I think it might be just
I
digital
looked,
for
but
now.
I couldn't find anything. So.
Yeah. And I'm blanking on the exact name of the nonprofit they partnered with for it, but I know
Is it a food-based?
yeah, I think it supports people experiencing homelessness in the Twin
hunger
Cities.
and-
Yeah. So I will review that because I should know. But
So should I.
yeah, but from what I read and from what they shared with me, it seemed like a powerful place to be supporting with music, and that it always feels good when the kind of music community can become a loop of just like spreading resources and healing. And
Do you like
all
to
that
do
stuff.
covers? I mean, was it fun for you to? Because I know you're a fan of Gillian Welch. So.
Yeah, I am. I love doing covers. I love singing along with friends and family, like in the living room and stuff, but I'm actually really bad at taking the time to learn them and really memorize them. So I'll learn a song and then I'll play it for a week straight and then I'll never play it again.
Did you come from a musical family? I mean, people
yeah.
that played, you said they sang. And
There's people in my family that are very musical, and I grew up, my mom is a Lutheran preacher, so I spent a lot of time in church and singing in choirs and just sort of zoning out to hymns, and I think that really kind of seeped into my brain as a young kid.
A lot of singers started out in church singing.
Yeah, there's a lot of pastors' kids that are musicians. I run into them a lot, especially in the Midwest. There's a lot of churches here, but yeah, there's some kind of overlap. I don't know what exactly, but it's a pattern for sure.
What would you like to do next?
What should we do next? I'll do a song from Still Life called Plum Sky. When Addie and I were working on this in her bedroom, we kind of wanted to pay homage to Enya, who we initially got into sort of ironically at the beginning of the pandemic because neither of us were very big fans of hers because we just thought her music was kind of boring. But we were like playing it around the house as a joke because we were like, maybe this will calm us down. We're living in a global pandemic. Let's just blast Enya from every room in the house. And then the more we listened, the more we were like, whoa, there's some like really far out stuff going on. And then we learned that she like on average has 100 vocal tracks on each song. Like it's wild. She's like pioneered this entire way of recording her voice. And we were very humbled. We were like, man, we were being such little brats, kind of making fun of this. And then we learned that it was very impressive musicianship. And no one sounds like Enya. She created this whole thing. Anyways.
I have one CD way up on the top shelf and stuff I don't, listen to very much.
Yeah.
And now you got me interested.
I know there's something about it just really hit the spot, and we were laughing the whole time that Enya got us in the end. But if you listen to the recorded version of this song on the record, you'll hear some synth in the background that's very much an imitation of Enya.
All right.
I don't have it with me today, just acoustic guitar, but it's a fun little tidbit for anyone who is really wanting to go down a rabbit hole.
Burn my skin in the water, I didn't mind it. At least it was a feeling that was different. The moon was hot and high. If you don't keep an eye on what's moving through the steam and on the rise, it was a dream and it was real life there beneath a plum sky. I make sound, shadows on the wall, echoes off the ground. City blocks and pickup trucks, I stack the crib with lady luck, shutting down while the sun is still up. Another dream, it's feeling real enough. It's too damn easy to get stuck here beneath a plum sky. Do you believe real life, real life, real life? Another dream, it's feeling real enough. It's too damn easy to get stuck here beneath the plum sky. Do you believe real life, real life, real life, real life?
Actually, I like the stripped down. I mean, I like that song on the record too,
Yeah.
but it's got a whole different, kind of feel when it's just you and your guitar, your
Totally.
voice.
Yeah. It's cool how songs can kind of transform like that.
Yeah. Tell me about the bandmates, about, the people playing on the record. Or were they some of the people in the house with you?
Yeah, well, Addie is all over the record. She plays all the woodwinds and the synthesizers and lots of little bells and whistles that we found, like children's toys that we had in cupboards and stuff. And then we tracked bass and drums with Peter Korsfeld, who plays percussion in the band, and then Pat Keene, who plays bass and lead guitar sometimes, and as well as percussion things. So, yeah, they're some of my best friends. I love them. We're excited to be touring again next year, more full time, and yeah, it was challenging to make the record all far away from each other because they did their parts in their own room, masked up, and all that. But it worked. We made it work, so that was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are your plans? Where are you headed? Where down the road? What do you got going on?
Well, today I'm headed home for a little while, which I'm really excited about for a lot of the rest of this year. But we'll be kind of all over in 2022. We're going to be all over the Midwest and the East Coast and the West Coast, Ireland and the UK. So
Fun.
If you're watching this, wherever you are, we'll hopefully be coming to you in 2022.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Hoping that it's all possible and safe to do next year. Fingers crossed.
Well, you're welcome to play. Keep playing. I mean,
Okay.
there's plenty of songs on there.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear them.
Yeah, maybe I'll do...
We're still good on time?
Still good. Okay. Yeah, like a couple more or one more?
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't perform this one very often because it's such a weirdly produced one in a really cool way, but it's sort of hard to replicate. But I'll give it a whirl. It's called Stone Giant.
Oh, I like this one.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
My love turned to stone. The giant of my heart till the sun rose. My heart turned to stone too. Threw it in the ocean blue. What did he expect from a wish held captive? And still he slept through the racket. The daylight was soft when it arrived. Flesh became stone in a moment. My love built me a house, but the walls were a trap, so I struck them down. What did he expect from a wish held captive? And still he slept through the racket. The daylight was soft when it arrived. Flesh became stone in a moment. Now I walk the world alone. Tired feet and old bones. Freedom has a price. Okay, I'll do one more song to say goodbye. Okay, cool. Getting the thumbs up from Scott back there. Thanks to WXPR and anyone who's listening or watching. This is really fun to be here.
The guest.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Yes. Your PR woman who thinks you are absolutely amazing and isn't afraid to tell the world. So
She happens to be absolutely amazing too.
okay.
Okay. This song is called On the Day We Are Together Again, and it's written within the Irish pub song tradition, which is a form of melody I've spent a lot of time with and have learned so much from. So, yeah, it's an amalgamation of many songs that I didn't write, but that sort of belong to anyone who needs them, I guess.
Kind of Peter Mulvey vibe, because he's
got that Irish vibe
he sure
too, for
does.
sure. Yeah. So thanks for listening, everybody.
On the day we are together again. On the day we are together again. I will pull you in close like a hoop with no end. On the day we are together again. We will share the same table again. We will share the same table again. I will pass you the salt, the candlelight will bend when we share the same table again. We will walk around the block hand in hand. We will walk around the block hand in hand. We will stop for a snack at the taco truck stand when we walk around the block hand in hand. I will write you a letter for now. I will write you a letter for now. Hope is a message that survives somehow. I will write you a letter for now. To the healers who keep us alive. To the healers who keep us alive. A toast to your courage, knowledge and light. To the healers who keep us alive. And the ones we love who are gone. And the ones we love who are gone. We remember the stories and we sing the songs for the ones we love who are gone. And on the day we are together again. On the day we are together again. I will pull you in close like a hoop with no end. On the day we are together again.
That was beautiful.
Thank
There you go
you.
again with those hopeful songs. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You are beautiful and awesome.
So are you. Thanks, Marcia. Sweet.
I'm going to get you that book, Eva Cassidy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, what is the book called?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I read it so long ago, but I think there might be a copy over there. If not, I'll give you mine.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay.
Yeah. No, you'll love reading about her.
Yeah, and also